In this video, I'm going to be attempting to rank all 17 of these new April pickups from worst all the way to best. These 17 fragrances will be ranked on 3 key categories: smell, performance, and how often I think I'm going to be wearing the fragrance in the future. In at the number 17 spot is a fragrance that is probably going to blow your mind. It is called Bedingles, and it is made by a 16-year-old kid here in Australia.
What? I don't know if this is the coolest thing ever or the scariest thing ever.
So Bedingles means beginning in Danish, and apparently his family is Danish, so I guess that makes sense. This fragrance just confuses the hell out of me. It looks really cool. It has a sword on it. It smells to me like banana bread mixed in with like some musky saltiness. It's a very cool bottle to have in my collection, don't get me wrong, but it's not something that can really be worn outside of your own home. I'm going to get my editor to put the notes up on the screen, but yeah, it is a super weird fragrance that confuses me every time I smell it, and that is why I'm not going to be spraying it in this video. I checked my YouTube analytics for the very first time the other day, and I saw that 77% of people that watch me regularly aren't subscribed to the channel. And yeah, that kind of sucks. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. It would mean a lot. In at the number 16 spot is Zamaya Sharaf Blend. This smells fantastic, the performance is solid, and it only costs about 30 to 40 bucks. So why is it ranked so low? Originality. It literally just smells 90% the same as Latafa Kamra to my nose. And the fact that they are basically duping a dupe, it just doesn't do much for me. It's boozy, you get cinnamon, you get vanilla. It's a great wintertime scent. But again, Latafa Kamra smells the same as this. You can find it usually for a cheaper price than this. And I find it actually lasts about 2 hours longer than this fragrance. So it's a bit redundant. My 15th worst pickup of April is 1 million Golden Oud. This is kind of a Middle Eastern twist on the 1 million DNA. To my nose, it actually smells like a very niche fragrance at a designer price point, which I respect. It's a sweet but still dark oud vanilla fragrance. It has similarities to Penhaligon's Halfeti, so if you're looking for that type of scent profile, but even less fresh, even darker, and at a cheaper price point, you might really like this one. It is just not for me. I will never wear this fragrance, but I can still respect what it is. In at the number 14 spot is a fragrance that I personally didn't buy, but I was actually gifted it by my dad, and that is Creed Silver Mountain Water. This was his signature scent for about 6 months, but he basically woke up one morning and said, "Finn, I'm sick of how this smells. You can have it." And obviously I was like, hell yeah, I'll take the free Creed fragrance. Once again, this is just not my type of scent. This definitely gives off kind of like elegant, gentleman, old man vibes, which I don't know if you can tell. I'm like 21 or 20. I don't know. How old am I now? I'm 22 now. This is a very citrusy, almost kind of like traditional soapy barbershop type of scent. If you like that type of style, you'll probably like this. It's a timeless classic for a reason. Again, I'm just never gonna wear it. This next fragrance pickup was pretty damn cool. It is the Armaf Odyssey collection Dubai Pistachio Chocolate Edition, and I was so skeptical when I smelled this for the first time. But they actually did a great job making this fragrance unique and edible smelling, but still actually somewhat wearable. I absolutely despise chocolate fragrances, but fortunately I get more vanilla and just kind of like really rich sweetness rather than chocolate. In the dry down, it can be a little funny on the skin. It's definitely more of a fun type of scent. I kind of imagine this being like a good gift for a fragrance loving friend rather than something you actually wear a lot in the real world. Imagine nutty chocolate vanilla and kind of like a caramelized feeling to the fragrance. That's what this smells like. It's edible, it's delicious. Is it practical? Not really, but I kind of love it for that reason. If you want the best prices of any of the fragrances I'm talking about in this video, make sure to go to the link below in the description. And if you live in Australia and want to try samples of any of these fragrances, check out fbfragrances.store. This next pickup I got because I've been looking for a great Parfums de Marly Eau Jaune dupe. It's my favorite PDM of all time, and my bottle is running low, so I decided to blind buy this. It has no reviews on Fragrantica, but Nusik Flower Midnight Edition definitely surprised me. To my nose, it's kind of like a dirtier, less well blended version of Eau Jaune, but it's like it's done on purpose. Like, it comes off a little bit more like sexy, rugged. I don't know how to explain it. Like, this gives off all black leather jacket on a motorbike, whereas the real Parfums de Marly Eau Jaune is more kind of like pretty, like, oh, I smell yummy. This is like, I smell yummy, but I'm also kind of like cheeky with it at the same time. And it actually has got that pressurized atomizer, which is pretty nice. It didn't quite make the top 10, but at the number 11 spot is the brand new Louis Vuitton Elves. This is a woman's fragrance. Full disclaimer, I've been seeing a lot of people complaining it's too feminine smelling. Well, duh, it's marketed towards women. Who would have thought a woman's fragrance smells feminine? No way. Personally, do I care about that? Not really, and I actually find this is kind of unisex, especially in the dry down. The dry down is the star of this fragrance. It's a little bit milky, very slightly creamy. You get some coconut, you get some fruitiness from the peach. It's a bit powdery. This is just a great summer fragrance, one that you don't have to think about too much and you can just put on. Is it worth this price point, especially after the fact Louis Vuitton has just increased their prices again? I don't think so, but if you have the money and you're looking for this type of scent profile, you might really like this one. I think it's a solid release, honestly. Now in the top 10 is Nishani Hasavat. This one, I'm still trying to work out if I love it or not. I think it is just a little bit too close to the Creative Ventus DNA for me to find something unique enough about it to truly love it. But it's nice. It smells better than Aventus. I like the pineapple in this more. It kind of, to me, smells a little bit more tropical and goes more unisex rather than masculine, but it's pretty similar to Aventus, to my nose, honestly. At the number 9 spot is an underrated sleeper fragrance that I'm just loving more and more each time I wear it, and that is Hugo Boss Magnetic Musk. This is from their private line, and the best way for me to describe this to you is picture Dior Homme Intense, but with honey. Really photorealistic beeswax honey. And beeswax is actually a listed note in this fragrance. So yeah, it's a unique smelling one. The first time I wore this, I actually got into the car with my girlfriend and she was like, "You smell like honey." And I was like, "Yeah, do you like that smell?" And she's like, "I mean, yeah, I do. I like the smell of honey." So I've come to realize, based off that interaction, this fragrance should only be worn by people that love the smell of honey, because that is the main thing you will get as soon as you spray this on. Up next is a pretty kind of unknown, more ultra niche quote brand, and that is Agnello, and it is called Poker. This is a super gourmand caramel popcorn smelling fragrance that dries down into kind of your more typical angel share warm spicy type of fragrance. These are very expensive. I think it's like $300 or $400 for 50 ml. This is like an experimental Switzerland brand that I found when I went to Milan for Essence, which is a really big fragrance event. And yeah, this one is interesting. I really like it. I wish the dry down kind of stayed more like the opening, so that photorealistic popcorn smell. But this is a pretty cool fragrance that I'm glad I picked up. In at the number 7 spot is Bougerami No Limit, and I've been on the hunt to find the best dupe of Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill for a hot minute now, and I just don't think any company have managed to do it as well as Bougerami have done it with this fragrance. Literally the day that I bought it, I made it my scent of the day, and my brother walked past me and I was like, "Guess what fragrance I'm wearing?" It took him 5 seconds and he said so confidently, "That's Pacific Chill." So that kind of goes to show how close this is to the real thing. In at number 6 is Afnan Charathi Blue. This is probably the most talked about fragrance right now on this entire list. Every second scroll on TikTok, I'm seeing somebody talk about this fragrance. So at some point I went, screw it, I'm gonna blind buy it, and it definitely paid off. It's a dupe of Bulgari's Tiger, a fragrance that honestly I've never smelled before, but this as just a standalone fragrance is amazing. It smells very clean, a little bit soapy, but it's very classy. I feel like you could wear this for summer nights, even winter nights. I think it is mature enough that you could get away with it. I get almost like a grapefruit muskiness, super fresh, really uplifting. It's a lovely fragrance, and also I think the bottle kind of looks like a really jacked bodybuilder. Kind of a random side note, maybe that's just me, but this is worth the hype in my opinion. Now we are in the top 5, kicking it off with Givenchy Gentleman Society Ombre. And this is a new release that has completely flown under the radar, but it is honestly really nice. It smells very classy. It's a very rich tobacco, vanilla, warm, spicy type of scent, but there's something really unique and kind of like addictive about the scent. This is one that sits close to the skin, but say you're on a date night, they're just gonna want to keep getting more and more of it. It's really nice. It's really good. I'm smelling it again now. And I'm like, damn, I gotta wear this thing more. In at the number 4 spot is a fragrance from the content creator School of Scent, and Omar has made a masterpiece with Mr. Maritime. This is a really nice but mature mango fragrance. You also get a unique rhubarb note. I've noticed a lot of companies are coming out with very tropical, synthetic, in-your-face kind of fruity fragrances, but Omar said, you know what? I'm gonna make a more gentlemanly version of those fragrances, and that is exactly what he has done here. I get great performance though. It's an X-straight concentration. It lasts me all day, and man, he killed it. Honestly, if you want an aquatic, realistic mango that appeals more to the classy, mature side of things, check this one out. Breaking into the top 3 of my April pickups is the brand new Forever Wanted elixir, and I was skeptical about this because a lot of people were complaining about the dry down, but I think the dry down is sexy, man. Yes, you get a lot of leather, but there's enough sweetness, there's enough going on. It doesn't just smell like a leather car seat, or it doesn't just smell like Tom Ford ombre leather. It still has that Azzaro sexy sweet DNA, even in the dry down, so do not worry about that. I'm not usually a huge fan of leather, but the way it's done here is amazing. But that opening, for the first 10 minutes, you get that raspberry note. I love this release. I think it's the best Azzaro fragrance that they've ever created. It's a 10 out of 10 in my books. My girlfriend also freaking loves it. And when my girlfriend likes a fragrance, that means something because she is so fussy when it comes to fragrances, I'm telling you. In at the runners-up spot is a fragrance from, I think, a pretty new brand called House of Destan. They're from New York. This one is called Light Breeze, and it kind of reminds me of a hybrid between Parfums de Marly Sedley and Percival. Like, when I first unboxed this on TikTok, my blind reaction instantly went, that smells like Sedley, but if it smelled better. It smells like a better version of Parfums de Marly Sedley. Really fresh, really uplifting. It's just one of those summery fragrances that are so easy to wear, but it's not simple enough where I could see myself getting bored of this fragrance. I think the bottle as well looks beautiful. This is a pickup that I didn't expect to like this much, but it's at the number 2 spot, so as you could probably imagine, it's really good. And finally, at the number 1 spot, the best fragrance pickup of April, and now in my top 5 to 10 favorite fragrances of all time. It is Acro Bake, and this one, it's kind of won by a landslide. When I first smelled this, I left the store with the fragrance. I paid retail price for it, no shame at all. As the name suggests, bake, it smells like a baked good, but specifically a lemon meringue pie. Picture like Xerjoff Lyra if you smell those type of gourmands. This is a more lemony and even more vanilla heavy version of that fragrance. And yes, a lot of guys probably don't want to smell this edible or kind of this feminine. I get it. I personally don't mind, so I enjoy wearing it. I would honestly say, like, guys could easily pull this off. But hey, not everybody's as zesty as me. That wraps off this video of ranking my 17 April fragrance pickups from worst all the way to best. Let me know what you think of my fragrance pickups in April. Let me know what you think of the ranking. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.